Hey guys, it's me, Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. How are you doing today? Okay. Today we're talking about our favorite subject, which is sales all right. We got a great subject for ourselves today, so let's go ahead and dive right on into it. So what's our subject for today? Our subject for today, what is it really like to be a realtor? Okay. Especially in the first 6 months or a year. I'm going to tell you what, it's a lot of work, baby. And I'm going to tell you what, you watch all these different glamorous TV shows, and they're showing these people showing these real pretty houses, $1 million homes, and, you might get lucky. You might work for a company like that right off the bat. But I'm going to tell you what, for the rest of us, it don't happen like that. You're out there scratching the dirt, baby, and that means you got to get out there and work. And unless you got somebody else helping you pay the bills at home, you're going to be broke. And that means you're going to have to get out there and sell something. And you might get lucky. You might work, have a friend who's a loan officer. Do you got one? I don't. And they might be able to give you some deals here and there and help you get you on your feet. But I know from personal experience for myself, it is not as easy as you may think. Now, one of the first things I was lucky enough to do was get some people say, Gary, you need to talk to your sphere of influence. That's kind of a lot of the people that you may know in your world that maybe you hadn't talked to and thought about, and get out there and let them know, hey, I'm a real estate salesperson. Can you help a brother out? Okay, I'm just saying. And another thing is they do offer these different platforms where they have leads and things like that, and you may be able to work for a company who might throw you a few bones and get some for free. But I'm going to tell you what, I've noticed that a lot of the people that sell real estate, they kind of tight. They do not want to share all their magic, and they damn sure don't want to share none of their money because it's real hard to get. And you may be saying, well, I'm going to be a super nice person. Well, I've watched some people that are real estate agents. They give you this look like you're evil or something because you are going in and showing a house that they may have their customers wanting to buy. And I've seen some of them that I've called and asked for information from. They weren't real friendly. So if you're going to be one of these kind of people out there selling homes, be a nice person, please. I'm going to tell you what, it ain't that easy. And here's another thing. They got different call boxes, these little boxes when you go to the houses that you have to have codes for. And some of them, they do it electronically. A lot of people don't want to pay that extra service, so they buy these little boxes. And sometimes if they don't put the information in the MLS what the code is. So guess what? You got to call them, especially with a customer. And sometimes it can be kind of embarrassing, like you weren't prepared. I've been in sales a long time, and it's kind of neat, in the real estate business for me in this regard. It was a very slow process because there's so much stuff that you need to learn. I took that 63-hour course, and man, it was rough. And then I had to go and take the state test, and it was rough too. But I passed that little dude on Friday the 13th. But our whole topic today is, what is it like to be a real estate person? It's really tough in the beginning, guys. Unless you have some money in the bank, it is really, really tough. And I'm not trying to say don't try, because you can do anything you put your mind to. But you might want to make sure that, if this business is for you, you're going to have to work your ass off. You really, really are. And because you're not going to make any money unless you sell something. Just remember that. And if you don't know how to sell, and if you have a problem talking to people, it's a really hard thing. And there's another thing. You got to have decent transportation to get people, because you're going to be riding with them, or they're going to be riding with you, or you both are going to be taking your own cars. And you're going to be able to have, you need to have something, because you may be driving all over, especially in the beginning when you're showing people homes and stuff. And if you live in a big area, because I got customers, they want to see the good stuff. But I always set up my schedules. I always set up my maps, so I do all this stuff in advance. And what is it like to be a salesman in real estate? I'm going to have to say, you got to have some thick skin, and you have to be patient. I'm not a very patient person, but I've learned that in my selling career, if you want to be able to make good money, you have to be patient. Now, what that means is you're going to have to take also that continuing 45 hours of course, continuing education within the first 2 years. But if you're smart, you'll go ahead and knock that dude out. I'm serious, guys. Knock that dude out in the first couple of months, so that way you don't have to be worrying about that. And it's real important. I took a course with a great school here in Jacksonville, and I've got that under my belt. But see, here's the other thing. You still got to learn all the intricacies of a business. You've got to learn how to have a conversation. You've got to learn all the different paperwork. You've got to learn all the different things as far as, you know, getting people to sign up with you so you can just show their houses. Then you got other people, you got to go out and scratch the dirt and find people to go buy houses. And I'm going to tell you what, I use Facebook, I use YouTube, and I use my sphere of influence, and I also use, you know, the things that help me. I go do other people's open houses. I'm going to tell you what, in your first year, if you don't have a company that you're working with and you're not doing open houses for other salespeople who already are doing pretty dang good, you're not smart. You need to have these open houses because those are free leads for you as a salesperson. Yeah, you're there to help show the house and everything, but in reality, you're there to get some leads. And see, it's nice to have a warm body in there, and it's also cool that you get a list of all the people who are coming in the door, because that is leads for you. Now, you will get some people who are already realtors that are going to be coming in with their buyers, but at least the stragglers, the ones who may not have any representation, that is where you can make some money, honey. And I'm going to tell you what, I do open houses for virtually almost anybody. Now, if you're fortunate, you'll get those numbers, you'll farm those numbers. And one of the things that I also do is I go door to door in the community to let people know, hey, I'm out here in the area, and I'm also taking care of the customers. I'm knocking on these doors, letting them know that, hey, we've got somebody getting ready to try to sell their house. You might want to come on down and take a look at it. And nosy folks be nosy folks because they want to know how much, you know, those houses are going for over there. Maybe I can sell, mine looks better than Fred's, so I can get a little bit more money. And then that way you can also plant some seeds. Remember, guys, we are planting seeds. It doesn't happen. A harvest, it don't happen. If you're growing some corn, you don't just grow it and it's just there. You have to put in the work, toil the soil. You gotta, you know, you gotta put the seed in. You gotta water it. And it's like the same thing. And you gotta find you a farm area. A farm area is basically a territory where you can work it, knock on doors, hand out cards, talk to people, and you go back and back. And here's another one. I've seen some great salespeople. They get people's numbers, and they've been doing this for a long time. They'll get these magnets with their name on it and with their card on it, but it's like a magnet that's got the calendar on it. So the calendar, you give it out once a year, and you send it out every year, and people call you back eventually because it's right there in front of them. What is it like to be a real estate salesperson? It's Sunday, guys, and I've been up since 7 o'clock. My first appointment was at 8 a.m., and we went and looked at some houses. It was rainy most of the day. It was tough, and I'm going to tell you what, these people saw a house that they liked, but it may not qualify with FHA, and that's what they've got as far as a loan is concerned, but they really like that house. So we're going to make an offer probably on this particular house, but the key to success, guys, is you got to stick to your guns. You got to work hard. You got to work smart. You got to build reports. You got to build relationship. And when I do open houses for other people, I'm just Mr. Friendly. I'm Mr. Nice. I've seen some people that are in real estate that are assholes. Please don't be an asshole. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful to you folks out there that have been doing this for a while, because some people act like, you know, they're important and they...
In half a mile, use the left lane to stay on I-10 East and follow signs for Jack's Beaches, Daytona Beach.
The key to success in this regard is for you, I'm saying you, to just do unto others as you'd want them to do unto you. You want to build rapport. You want to build relationships. And I'm on my way right now to go show another customer some more properties. I work 7 days a week. If you ain't willing to work 7 days
use the
a week...
left lane to stay on I-10 East.
Get ready to turn. If you're not willing to work 7 days a week, then you ain't really wanting to be a salesperson in real estate. Now, you may do it part-time. There's some folks that can do it part-time, and they work a regular job but in the beginning, which is a smart thing. But if you want to, you got to be all in. If you're not all in, what's going to happen?
Keep left to continue on US 17 North.
Sorry about all this navigation stuff. If you're not all in, what happens is you just decide that, you know, maybe I'm making enough money, and you don't work as hard. When you got money coming in, it's like you ain't hungry. If you ain't hungry, you're not going to want to go do the stuff on Sundays, Saturdays, late afternoons, in the mornings, early, late. I mean, these customers, they want you when they want you. And I've had customers walk away from other salespeople because they wouldn't do what they wanted them to do. And I'm going to tell you what, if you are getting into the business your first year, you got to be so damn hungry. You got to get out there and you got to do the do. That means you got to do stuff you don't really want to. Now, if you get in there and you start learning and you got a bunch of customers and stuff, then you can be a little bit more hesitant and you can lay back a little bit. But I'm going to tell you what, I work on straight commission. Did you hear what I said? We work on straight commission. And it is hard work. If you don't make no money, I'm going to tell you what, you're going to spend your gas money. You're going to
in a quarter mile, keep left to stay on I-95 North.
Again, I'm on my way, so forgive me for this stuff. You're going to be spending all kinds of money for schooling, for training. You're going to literally spend thousands of dollars to get yourself in your first sale. You're not going to even probably break even on your first sale. You're probably not going to break even until you
keep left to stay on I-95 North.
And I'm going to tell you the reason why. Nobody's going to tell you that stuff. I'm going to tell you that stuff because it's just common sense that you treat people with the respect that they deserve. You also have to remember, you want to know the truth. My name is Gary Lee Stanley. I am your real estate sales guy, your regular sales guy. And I'm going to tell you what, if you're coming into this business think you're going to be making money right off the bat, good luck. You might. I've seen a couple of people who had some friends that had people helping them with their back end, but most of the people I know, it takes a while. And it's probably like within about the first 4 to 6 months because you're finally starting to figure out the business. You're starting to figure out a lot of things about yourself. You're asking yourself, should I stay? And some days you don't want to. Some days you want to give up and find another job because it can be complicated. But if you got somebody else at home helping you pay the bills, it's a whole bunch of difference. I tell you what, if you got some money saved up, that's cool too.
In half a mile, take exit 354A for US 1 South, Martin Luther King Jr. Parkway.
Yep, and I'm on my way. Like I said, I'm sorry for the interruptions in this video, but it came on my heart today to go ahead and share this stuff because I've been up since, like I said, real early this morning, 5:30 this morning. Got to my first appointment at 8. We're out here looking and
take exit 354A, then merge onto US 1 South.
We're out in the country, and man, I'm gonna tell you what, it's tough. And we may have a property, you know, but there's 3 bids already, or should I say 3 people already wanting to buy this property. It's already got a contract on it. So
merge onto US 1 South, then take the boulevard exit.
It's based on contingency, you know, whether these people are going to be able to buy this house.
Take the boulevard exit, then turn right onto Boulevard Street.
It is a beautiful home, but the problem is that it may not pass muster. You know, my name is Gary Lee Stanley. I am your sales guy. I enjoy it.
Turn right onto Boulevard Street, then turn left onto West 19th Street.
I'm embarrassed about this video, but you know what? I just got to tell you guys, if you're getting into the business, this is like what you're going to have to deal with. You're going to have to learn how to use GPS. You're going to have to learn how to use your wits about you. You're going to have to learn how to have a conversation. You're going to have to learn.
Take the next left onto West 19th Street.
You're going to have to learn how to sell. You're going to have to learn how to keep your mouth shut because what they...
In 800 feet, turn left onto North Pearl Street.
Customers may like, it may not be what, you like. I mean, it don't matter what you like. And remember, this is not an easy job for everyone. It's to me, I enjoy it. I've been in sales a long time, and this is pretty easy work, sorta. You know, you got to do all your paperwork. You got to do all your processing. You work for yourself. You got to pay your own taxes. You got a lot of little things that go on in the back that you don't even hear about, and you just want that glory title of becoming I'm a real estate agent. Oh shit, I'm really cool. Well, it ain't so cool until you start making some money, honey. And then once you start making some money, put some of that damn money in the bank, so that way you can pay your taxes at the end of the year. I know it sounds like I'm trying to put down this real estate stuff, but I'm gonna tell you what, smart people do smart things. They save their money. They put it away for a rainy day. They pay their taxes first. And, you know, because if you got bills to pay regularly, you need to make sure that you get your bills paid. And be very careful out there, guys, especially if you're ladies. You got to be careful who you're going in and seeing. If you don't know these people, meeting these people, you got to be very careful because there's some crazy people in this world. You know, guys, my name is Gary Lee Stanley. I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, I'm not telling you not to get into real estate. I'm just telling you what it's really like. It can be tough, but it can be very rewarding. I love it, you know, but for some folks, it may not be something that you really might want to get into. But if you don't try, how do you know? So do me a favor. Give me a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe. My name is Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. I am your real estate sales guy. And if you have any questions, give me some. And check out all my videos because you might learn a lot of different things about selling. Okay? All right. We just had a great conversation about, should I go into real estate? Really? Oh.